Patrick continues in an area that really touches me from my own mistakes and limitations. He says, "For although I be rude in all things, nevertheless I have tried somehow to keep myself safe, and that too for my Christian brethren, and the virgins of Christ, and the pious women who of their own accord made me gifts and laid on the altar some of their ornaments, and I gave them back to them, and they were offended that I did so. But I did it for the hope of lasting success, in order to preserve myself cautiously in everything, so that they might not seize upon me or the ministry of my service, under the pretext of dishonesty, and that I would not even in the smallest matter give the infidels an opportunity to defame or defile. And let those who will laugh and scorn, I shall not be silent, nor shall I hide the signs and wonders which the Lord has shown me many years before they came to pass, as he knows everything even before the times of the world. Behold again, would I set forth the words of my confession. Behold, again and again would I set forth the words of my confession. I testify in truth and in joy of heart before God and his holy angels that I never had any reason except the gospel and its promises why I should ever return to the people from whom once before I barely escaped." And in his concluding statement of the Confessio, Patrick says, "I pray those who believe and fear God, whosoever deigns to look at or receive this writing which Patrick, a sinner, unlearned, has composed in Ireland, that no one should ever say that it was my ignorance, if I did or showed forth anything however small according to God's good pleasure. But let this be your conclusion, and let it be so be thought, that, as is the perfect truth, it was the gift of God. This is my confession before I die." Very powerful. I think it applies to a lot of us who are involved with ministry. Now, I wish I could say that my imperfections were as slight as his, but I am highly inspired by St. Patrick, and I urge you, if you don't know Christ, to turn to Christ. He can touch our lives. He does work miracles even today. And by the intercession of saints, Mary, and the powerful involvement of the complete Holy Trinity, things that I never expected could happen in my life have happened. I invite you to join the Catholic Church. I invite you to give your life to Christ. Open your heart fully, especially in this time of tribulation. It is usually in our humblest, most desperate times, just like Patrick's, when he first gave his life to God, that the Lord most readily answers our pleas, because he knows that our pleas are being done in earnest. For those of you who would like to bring people back to the Catholic Church, or people to the Catholic Church that were never involved in the Catholic Church, I suggest you go online to our website, gofishglobal.org, and go to the presentations page and go through the presentations one at a time. There are 4 presentations that have to do with outreach and evangelization training, and 4 that talk to you about how to set up a structure that will generate the maximum amount of evangelization possible for a diocese, parish, group, or individuals. Those presentations are our contribution, by the grace of God, to this work, our tiny contribution. It took us 5.5 years of dedicated work to put that together. But if none of those ideas, and mind you, what we offer you is fully flexible. It is free. You can take from it what you want. You can add to it whatever you think is better. You can remove the name Go Fish Global from them and turn our presentations into your presentations. One of our earliest slogans was, your thing is our thing. It's not about Go Fish Global. It's not about us. It's about Jesus Christ. We want you to be equipped as well as possible, as prayerful as possible, to reach out there and get out of all of your comfort zones, including us, to reach out to the needy, with all these people that are so lost in the world, especially with so much that is being taught that goes against truth, love, and life. Instead of truth, love, and life, what we're being taught, what our children are being taught is lies, selfishness, and the destruction of people, families, nations, communities, churches. So if you would, turn to that. And if you have any questions, feel free to call me in the United States at 786-344-0952. Thank you, and God bless you.